I'm doing something different. Sometimes you gotta pop out and show. Anyway. YouTube seems to like actual people these days. I think even they are getting sick of AI. Anyway, let's start off from acts of faith. You know how I do. Ask Spirit for a message. Happy 2025, by the way. Okay, a season. When people come into your life for a season, it's because your turn has come to share, grow, or learn. They may bring you an experience of peace or make you laugh. They may teach you something you have never done. They usually give you an unbelievable amount of joy. Believe it, it's real. But only for a season. In the same way that leaves must fall from the trees, or the moon becomes full and then disappears, your seasonal relationships will end at the divinely appointed time. When that time comes, there is nothing you can say or do to make it work. There is no one you can blame. You can't fix it. You can't explain it. And the harder you clutch, the worse it will feel. When the end of a season comes in a loving relationship, the only thing for you to do is let it go. For everything, there is a season. If I'm not mistaken, that's Ecclesiastes. All right, let's get into some of these cards today. You know, my shuffle skills are kind of whack. I can't do this thing. Like, I don't know. I'm not built like that. I'm built differently. So I hope your 2025 is epic this year. I already started making plans for 2025 and probably since COVID in my mind. With this new administration, I knew what was going to happen with regard to price increases and all those different things, so I planned accordingly. I hope you have too. I hope you're not considering love over stability. I hope you're not considering flexing when you don't have it. Now is the time to be the squirrel and put stuff away. Now is the time, this week, start thinking about your identification, getting your paperwork in for whatever it is that you need if somebody just rolls up on you and asks you for your citizenship. It's like that now. Frightening, right? Anyway, let's pull some cards. All right, here we go. In your journey, there will be times when you feel lost, confused, lonely, and angry. Those are times of transition, like we're in right now, like I just explained. You won't feel those emotions forever. You are transitioning to a better, stronger version of yourself. Shed away those unneeded layers and keep growing. Now, in my life, I shedded layers and a whole bunch of pounds, in case you haven't noticed. I want to be able to run, jump, and get away from any form of confirmation, but from that truck, any form of negativity, karmic, whomever. I want to be able to lift my leg to roundhouse kick you if you think you can get cute in my energy. Okay, it's like that. The way things have been going in the media, it's, you know, anything can happen. Canada could become the 51st state and Putin could have direct access through Trump. We could have Panama join us and Putin can have direct access to Trump. Through him, close proximity to the US, right? So if you're not prepared to be on some Ukrainian, shout out to the Ukrainians, because, you know, my biological mother was actually Ukrainian. Shout out to them. If you're not ready to fight for your territory and do the things that you need to do, what are you waiting for, sis? What are you waiting for, bro? My 50 should not look like your 30. Next. No matter what happens, no matter how far you seem to be away from where you want to be, never stop believing that somehow you'll make it. You have an unrelenting belief that things will work out. And the long road has a purpose. You know, these days, you have so many options to get your act together. Financially, medically, look on YouTube. Do your best to try to find out information about the problem you have and search for a solution. Someone's made a video about it. There's nothing new under the sun at this point. Okay? So that's the energy we're starting out with. I truly believe that a storm is coming. Okay? As I said in my last prophetic reading, there are a lot of things going on in the world that we really need to be cognizant of, okay? You can't walk around here with your phone oblivious to what's going around you anymore. You have to be careful of your surroundings. It is so important. And please pass this message on to your kids when they are traveling amongst strangers. I've seen so many frightening news reports about people just getting blindsided, not knowing there was somebody who was actually mentally ill in their midst and out to get them. Okay? Be mindful of energy surrounding you. Even if you're just, walking, you're in your car, lock your car. Find ways, get a Faraday pouch that blocks your signal to your vehicle so that somebody can't come over there and with their, Google it. You'll see what I'm talking about. Car theft is at an all-time high. Insurance rates are at an all-time high. Look at your paperwork. Make sure you're looking at your paperwork with regard to your property, with regard to if you're renting, your lease agreement. They may come out of nowhere, boom, tack on $1,000 more, okay? You need to be prepared for these blindsides because they're going to happen, whether you choose to be delusional about it or not, okay? Brick wall, guarded, hard to reach defense mechanism, okay? This is how you need to be for what's coming, okay? What's another card here? Oh, 2 popped out. Hothead, temperamental, anger issues, acting out. There's going to be a lot of this going on. And the reason why, let me see if I could get it to focus, is because you didn't prepare. Here's an example. Everybody is supposed to have a real ID by May 2025, okay? What does that entail? You need your social security number, you need your birth certificate, you need all these details to get this particular identification, or you're not flying anywhere. They don't care about if you have a ticket or not. It's meaningless, okay? Throat chakra blocked. Here's the other one. Spiritually woke, self-awareness, cutting through illusions, detaching from your ego, okay? This is the energy you need to be in to combat this energy. That way, you're well prepared for whatever comes. It may be a little inconvenient, but it won't be immigration dragging your ass to the back room, okay? Now, that's a whole other story I'll get into later. Side hustle, extra income, self-employed, multiple jobs. Okay, you've heard this all over the news about people letting folks go. This is why I'm popping out on camera, okay? It's nice to have other streams of income. God forbid your job lets you go. You understand? Take this to heart. Now, there are a lot of people out here who've been doing the saboteur route, right? They didn't have, I guess, the ingenuity or the creativity or the ideas that many YouTubers or just people in general have. So they swagger jack you, take your messages, or just try to, report you online to mess up your channel. Those things can happen. But when you have multiple channels and not everybody knows about each one could be faceless, one cannot be, it don't even affect you. See where I'm going with this? All right, one more. sipping tea, listening to gossip, feeding into rumors, being influenced. You can't be this heifer. You just can't. Not in this environment. All of this gossip, talking about relationships, karmic readings, that cyclical stuff, if you pour more energy into this type of karmic cycle, I promise you your life will spiral out of control financially and many other ways that you think you are, I guess, stable, okay? This is 2024. 2025 is all about side hustle, all about being spiritually woke. If you are in this chicken head energy, I promise you 2025 is going to take you out. It is going to be the nail in your coffin. I feel sorry for folks who really don't take this message seriously. All right, a few more. Bonnie and Clyde, ride or die, us against the world, dedicated partnerships. All right, now Bonnie and Clyde are karmic as hell. This is another energy that is going to get their throat. You know what I'm saying? There is a positive version of this couple where you are taking your energy and putting it into a project or your kids or, you know, your home. That is something that should be nurtured in 2025. But this like reckless energy, you're going to see couples left and right with the scam artistry getting the rug swept from underneath them all year long. And it's only going to be the beginning. That's what's so sad about it. All right. These messages, I hope they're helpful to you in that you understand what's at stake now. Okay? Paperwork we talked about, right? We talked about making sure you've got a few side hustles to try to make your foundation strong, okay? Things I've done, lost weight, right? It's helpful in that medication costs money, doesn't it? Right? Wouldn't you rather stop that from happening as quickly as possible than when you know who gets into office, you're not able to afford what you need for diabetes or what you need for various heart conditions? Just saying. Think about that. All right, let's get some more. Self-love. Bruh, didn't I just say that? I love it when spirit confirms. Let the wall fall that separates me from my own vulnerable inner child. I long to take care of myself like never before. You see that? Take care of that inner child, okay? The reason why I look as young as I do is because I have a self-care routine that takes time, takes effort, and I'm very consistent. I take vitamins, I work out, I do the things that I need to do to look like this. Do I go to a salon, a spa? No. It makes it less expensive when you do it yourself. Get some skincare. Korean skincare is my go-to. That's, you know, just saying. I be doing my gua sha. Okay. And I have a lot of vitamins that I take. Just Centrum, typical. Vitamin C, as well as, you know, brush your teeth, use peroxide to brighten up you don't have to get whitening. You don't even have to get your nails done. Get some press-ons. Take care of yourself, for Christ's sake. All right. Because prices are going to go up for all those services. I need you to know this. You're going to walk into like a hair salon and you're going to be like, oh yeah, how much? And they're going to be like $400. Yeah, $400 for a haircut with your actual hair, like your natural hair, okay? Don't ask for a weave or something that's going to rip your hairline out. That's even more. Okay? Be mindful of these things. All right. Change. When the ego finally sees the utter madness of trying to control everything, you come to a sacred crossroads in your own evolution. Yeah, the ego can jack you up. I've always said ego is, it stands for edge, G, well, E, edge, G, God, O, out. When you edge God out, that's your ego, okay? Awakening. Well, you know, I went from Empress empathic, which I still am empathic. Sadly, don't take this wrong, but I hate it. If I could be an NPC, life would be so much easier. I would walk around here completely oblivious, letting the world pretty much control me. When you are given the gift of being an empath, it is one of the most painful life trajectories because of the rejection, because of the jealousy, because of your light is so bright, you attract the moths, you attract the roaches. Well, you turn on the lights of the roaches and they're scattering. It's a lot. I would not wish it on my worst enemy. And the funny part about it is your enemies tend to be the main ones coming for you that need the mirroring, right? That's what being an empath tends to do. You hold up a mirror to people, okay? You just walking in a room pisses somebody off. You breathing makes people angry. It has everything to do with God and nothing with you, okay? God didn't give me this DNA. I didn't ask for it, okay? I ain't getting any work done. This is just natural. Getting on camera is difficult for me. I am a very, very big time introvert, okay? But it's advantageous. YouTube likes the algorithm. They want to see actual people. And here I am, all right? Back to what I'm saying. Awakening, okay? Oh, my Lord, wake me from life as a spiritual sheep. May I hear you through my own instincts and common sense. Okay? Sometimes, and I know because after I've been through a few ascensions, but I think my latest one, it was hard to ground myself, where I was so, in the clouds that it's almost like I was so in touch with Holy Spirit that just regular people, I just couldn't even really connect with, if you catch my drift. It's almost like you have a disdain for people because you realize how karmic most of the people in your life really are. So you unplug from everyone completely. Some of the chosen, I guess a lot of people use that term, or ascended people on earth who turn into ascended masters over time. It's very difficult once you've gotten past a certain threshold to relate to regular people. Small talk, minute conversations just make you like roll your eyes and you don't want to act like rude, but truly it's like grating to your brain because you have other high-minded ideals and conversations that you'd rather have, but you just can't because there's no one around you that really understands what happened to you. Okay? There are a lot of people who are waking up, and I am so excited because it means there are going to be other people I can actually relate to and have conversations with who get it. It's hard being out here alone, okay? So it's worth the evolution of your soul. It is. Is it lonely? Hell yeah, it is lonely. But I promise you, once you get past the idea that you need to have all these friendships and you need to have these cyclical NPC conversations with people who just take up your time on the phone. You know, when you get on the phone and they're just like, wah, 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 like, what is it, the Charlie Brown teacher? Wah, 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 wah. That's what most people's conversations start to sound like. But you got to ground yourself because you're still on earth. You're still amongst the living, and you have to say to yourself, okay, meet them where they're at, okay? And that's what I've learned this year. Sometimes you just got to meet people where they're at. They're just not, they don't get it. They're never going to get it. And that's okay. Like I said in the beginning, the first thing I read about were the seasons, right? There's some relationships that have seasons and they end, and that's okay. Then there are other relationships that last a lifetime, okay? I hope this reading was helpful to you. Please rewind it. Think about your identification and the things that you need. Make sure that you have your paperwork with regard to your property, your car, whatever. It doesn't, make sure you have these things, because in the next few months, I don't want to hear nothing about, I was blindsided, I didn't know. I told you. Empress Ascended told you. Get your shit together, okay? Have a good one.